Welcome back. My name is James Elizondo, and this is episode number 3. Now, you're like, oh, gravity, how do you prove that? How can you prove that it works? And same with the universe. In my first 2 episodes, how do you know the universe is a circle? Like if you go so far, you can come back around. Well, this is the defining point and how I can explain everything. I was watching a show on History Channel about the universe. You guys might have seen it. They're talking about black holes. And they're talking about how dense black holes are. You know, their mass sucks in everything. Well, this is true. Mass sucks in everything. You know, the bigger the mass, right? Like all scientists believe, the more gravity you have, so it's so dense and so small it can suck in everything, right? Kind of. Remember what I said about gravity. Now, how do you make a black hole? Let's figure out how you can even make black holes. They just don't pop up, right? Well, the only way I can figure it out is Einstein. Let's go back to Einstein. He's a great man. He said that in order for mass to reach the speed of light, well, an object to reach the speed of light, its mass must become infinity. Or reach infinity, become infinity. So how do we get a mass to reach infinity? Well, the only way that I've ever heard of is you have to harness the power of the sun when it explodes, for example. Let's just say there's a rock, for sake of argument, a rock is floating around the sun. Right? It doesn't burn up for some odd reason, it just decides to float around. Right near the time when the sun explodes. Well, the sun explodes and this rock is shot into space at the speed of light. Now instantaneously this rock goes around the universe. Instantaneously, no time passes. So it comes back around the universe. It goes back to another theory. It's not my theory, this is just a theory I'm working off of. It's a theory that if the universe is an infinite cylinder and you go around at the speed of light, you will return before you came. Well, the universe, to me, is not infinity. So you won't go around the universe and come back before you came. You'll go around at the exact same time that you leave. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So the rock goes around the universe instantaneously, comes back to the sun. Its mass becomes infinity because it reaches the speed of light. Now, it sucks in the sun, it sucks in everything around it because its mass is infinity, right? Not exactly. Now, let's go back to my gravity theory. Gravity is about everything trying to become neutral in the universe, and that's how everything gets an attraction towards it. Now, let's just say this rock, for example, has just one missing electron from its outermost energy field for whatever reason, whether it doesn't disappear, but whatever reason. So it's positively charged by one proton, just one proton. Now this mass goes around the universe instantaneously. Its mass, this rock goes around the universe instantaneously. The mass becomes infinity, and simultaneously the mass becomes infinitively positive charge. The positive charge is infinity. It'll never become neutral, but it doesn't matter because everything in the universe still wants to become neutral. So when this rock shoots around, sucks into the sun, it's not because its mass is infinity, it's because its positive charge is infinity, and everything has electrons. So it's sucking in everything with electrons, whether it wants to share it, whether it wants it for its own, whether whatever. So it sucks in everything. Now, according to an old theory, the more mass it has, the more it can suck in, right? Well, how do you suck in light? Light is not a mass, so how can gravity work? That doesn't make sense. Well, it's not because a mass needs to be so big to suck in other masses. It's because it's a charge. It's all about charge. Gravity is about charge. So when this rock becomes positive infinity, light, as we know it, is an electrical current, which is nothing but electrons. So it doesn't suck it in because it's so dense. It sucks it in because it wants to be a neutral charge. So it sucks in all the electrons. And that's how black holes can suck in light and suck in everything else in the universe.